Hello, my name is Dr. Brian Ward. I'm a research specialist at Clemson's Coastal Research and Education Center here in Charleston, South Carolina. I am in a facility that's a USDA facility, and we do a lot of collaborative research. I run the organic research farm here at the station, and part of this facility is it's a vegetable research facility. That being said, as an organic research specialist, I've had to incorporate legume, grain, rice into my vegetable crop rotations. And this is a brief overview of what has transpired since our last meeting last spring, and it's been a really good year all around. Want to start with our yields last year and our research plots on our rice. We did SRI rice and flooded rice research, and we're technically in our third year and final year of this one research project. And SRI rice is it's called a system of rice intensification. And that's where you plant rice in a raised bed culture, 25 centimeters by 25 centimeters on a grid network, or 10 inches on a grid network. And that allows one plant to produce multiple tillers. Each plant, about 70% of the tillers will have a panicle, as you see here, although this is purple straw wheat. And the yields can be greatly enhanced using less seed, less water, and less fertilizer. That's one of the things we did. I presented 2 years of that research at the American Society for Horticultural Sciences annual meeting in New Orleans. And the talk was entitled Rice as a Vegetable, okay? A look into a system of rice intensification. And so it was the very first time that rice was actually presented as a vegetable or a specialty crop. That was pretty phenomenal, and I had a lot of good feedback. After that, I was invited to the Rice Technical Working Group in Galveston, Texas, early this spring to witness and be a part of the organic working group there, and that I'm basically a committee member that represents South Carolina with regard to rice production. So, as you know, one of the first mission of the Carolina Gold Rice Foundation is to bring back sustainable rice production to the South, and especially South Carolina. And that was a real eye-opener as far as world production of rice. Other things that are going on last year, well, 3 years ago, we obtained some seed, Carolina African Runner peanut, okay, which goes along with the second mission, which is to bring back sustainable grain and heirloom landrace crops, vegetables as well as grains back to the South. And so we had a peanut that David Shields acquired from NC State, and little did I know that at the time there were only 40 of these peanut left on the planet. They gave me 20 seed, and I planted those seed, and I had 12 survive. And so bear in mind, this was half of the seed's world population of this one seed. It was the original seed, peanut of the South. First year, we got 1,200 plants. National Geographic came out and filmed it. We had 1,200 seed from the first planting. The second year, I planted 900 of those. We harvested 60,000 seed. The third year, last year, which was partially funded by the foundation, as well as the South Carolina Department of Agriculture through the South Carolina Peanut Board. And this past year, we grew them out, and we harvested over 1 million seed. And that's what we do here as a foundation. We find rare things, bring them back, and we give them to growers. And now they're in the hands of 27 growers from Virginia to Florida, okay? So that's a success story. Next thing on the block is we acquired some purple straw wheat. It was the mainstream wheat back many years ago, and now we have I obtained approximately 240 grams of this seed, and I planted seed in the field approximately 1,200 linear feet, and I grew them similar to the SRI rice, where you spread the rice out further and it produces multiple tillers, higher yield. So when you do seed increases, especially when you have just a little bit of seed, you want to maximize the seed production, okay, with the few amount of seed you have. Now we are on schedule to produce a couple 100 pounds of seed potentially in the field, and I also planted this purple straw wheat in the greenhouse as for a biosecurity backup, just in case we had weather problems that would inhibit a good yield. So this to my left is purple straw wheat. The first time it's been grown in South Carolina in many, many years, okay? This is just as an example of all the other grains that we're producing. We have another trial, we're doing regional seed increases of turkey wheat. So we obtained 1,200 seed from the original seedsman, okay, and we now have 10 acres of turkey wheat planted at 120 pounds to the acre. And we're hoping to get tonnage off of that seed. And once again, that seed will be available for growers across the South. And so right now, we're preparing to plant this year's rice crop. A lot of the growers in the South right now have already gotten in. There's a few growers that have a little bit left to plant. I'm doing both flood and SRI and regular SRI this year. And we're looking forward to a great season, not only in our sustainable and organic seed increase, but also in our rice research. Thank you.